Okay, so tadi kita dah settle for step 3. So we have already found the value of M1 and M2 in the previous step 3 using the matrix solution. So now we go to the final step, which is the step 4. This is where you're going to generate or you're going to develop your spline formula. Okay, so you go back to my slide. On the step 4, I have already mentioned on the spline formula. So this is the general spline formula. Okay, so what you need to do actually, you're going to develop the spline formula for each spline that you have in the graph. Okay, using this formula by replacing the k value equal to 0, 1 until n minus 1. Okay, this is the first formula that you're going to use. Alternatively, you can also use the alternative formula to develop the spline formula using the alternative formula given in the slide. So for this case, you have to find the value of AI, BI and CI according to the small formula that has been given. Okay, for either you're using the step 4 general formula or using the alternative formula, you can get the same final spline formula for your solution. Okay, now I will focus on the general spline formula. Okay, so by this formula, okay, you go back to the data that you have. Okay, previously from step 1 until step 3, we actually have get or gain the value of HK and MK. So saya plot everything in the table. Okay, for K0, the X is 1, negative 1. The FX value is negative 1. And the HK value is 1. This is what I get in the step 1. And this is the value of M, which I get in the step 3. Okay, so saya pullkan everything over here. Okay, now saya tengok kebalik kepada saya punya spline, saya punya regression. Okay, so dalam regression graph ni, dalam graph ni, untuk non-linear regression ni, okay, saya ada 3 spline, 3 small spline. Okay, S0 is actually between interval negative 1 and 0. The spline 1, S1, is between interval x0 until x1. Then my second spline or the third spline, S2, is between interval 1 and 2. So saya ada 3 spline actually. So meaning that saya akan ada 3 spline equation to be developed. To be developed. Okay, that is the S0, S1 and S2. So S0, kita akan gunakan this general formula. Okay, kita gantikan the K equal to 0. K equal to 0. So just replace every K in the formula equal to 0. And then you akan masukkan nilai M hash dan X according to the value that you dah pullkan in this table. Right? So, saya akan tunjukkan step by step untuk calculation-nya. So, secara asasnya, this is the general formula yang you kena guna untuk create you punya equation for each spline S0, S1 and S2. Right? Alright, so I will give you one example to find the S0 value using the general step 4 formula. This one. Okay, so what I do? So just write over all the formula and replace the K to 0. Okay, so every K that you have in this general formula, kita just replace with 0 because now when K is 0. So I replace all K into 0 and then just simplify this formula. So this is what I get lah. Okay, the value. So, daripada this formula, the simplified formula, all the value for M0, H0, X1, M1, what else do you have? Okay, so all the unknown value, which the value you have actually in this pool table, this is your pool table. Okay, so kita just masukkanlah nilai F, K, XK, HK dan MK dia according to the simplified formula. So kat sini saya masukkan M0, we know M0 is 0. Tekan warna merah. Okay. M0 is 0. H0 is 1. Okay. So this is X1. X1 is 0. M1 is 4 over 5. Okay. This one is X0 is -1. Okay. Over here you have F0 is -1. Divide by H0 is 1. This is M0 is 0. H0 is 1. Okay. And then saya ada X1 is 0. And then F1 is 0 over H0 is 1 minus M1 is 4 over 5 divide by 6 times dengan, kat sini ada times H0 is 1. Okay. Darab dengan X minus X0 is -1. So, replace all value. Lepas tu, you just solve this equation lah. Simplify the equation. So, when you simplify the equation, then you will get the final spline formula for S0x equal to 2 over 15 x plus 1 followed by 3 plus x minus 2 over 15 x plus 1. Okay. This equation, S0, as I mentioned earlier, is valid only for the value of x between interval -1 to 0. So this S0 spline 0 equation is only valid if you want to find the value of fx between interval -1 and 0 only. Okay, so let's say katalah dalam soalan nanti dikata okay, find the fx value for negative 0.5. Negative 0.5 dia akan duduk dekat sini. Between -1 and 0 interval dia. So you akan guna S0, spline 0 untuk dapatkan nilai Y dia. Okay. So, dan seterusnya you akan buat untuk the second spline S1 using the same method. Gunakan this general spline formula. Gantikan, but this time you have to replace the K value equal to 1. So, apa yang you kena buat? Okay. So, when K equal to 1, the S1 X so equal to, replace every K inside the general formula equal to 1. So, you develop the same method. Using the same method, simplify and then replace all value using the value that you have in the pool table accordingly, and you akan generate the second spline formula for S1 equal to, at the end you akan dapat 2 over 15 1 plus x minus powered by 3 minus 8 over 15 x powered by 3 minus 2 over 15 1 minus x plus 23 over 15 x. This is valid for x between interval 0 and this is between interval 0 and 1. Okay, so this will be your S1 formula. Okay, so guna cara yang sama, guna general formula. Okay, bila x when k equal to 0, you masukkan semua nilai k sama dengan kosong and then simplify the formula and then replace all value according to value that you have in your pool table. Okay, masukkan semua value dan simplify lah formula ni. Jadi formula terakhir yang mengandungi nilai x. So nilai x ni kita tak tahu lagi kita nak guna, kita nak cari x apa. So kat sini maknanya in between data negative 1 and 0 at spline 0, you boleh cari. Katalah you nak cari negative 0.8. Bila x equal to 0.8, apa nilai y dia? Okay, so you pakai formula ni. Just replace x ni, jadikan dia negative 0.8 and then you akan dapatlah the final value of y. Right? Okay, so ulang when k equal to 1 and also when k equal to 2. Kenapa sampai 2? Saya mention, tengok balik graf you. Dalam graf ni kita cuma ada 3 spline. Maknanya kita cuma perlu cari S0, S1 and S2 iaitu K0, K1 and K2 sahaja. Sampai sini cukup. Tak perlu cari K3 sebab tak ada. Kita tak sambung data tu. Kita cuma ada 3 spline, maksudnya kita ada 3 spline equation sahaja. Right? Okay, so saya nak you cuba sendiri sampai habis sehingga K equal to 2. Dapatkan ketiga-tiga spline equation dan selepas itu saya akan tunjuk macam mana kita nak find the value of y using the small spline. Equation. Kita tengok nilai x dia kat mana. Kalau x dia duduk, kalau let's say kat sini, kalau kita nak cari, kalau x dia kat sini, kalau titik sini. Let's say kat titik sini, x dia katalah 1.8. Bila x 1.8, apakah nilai y kat sini? Kita akan guna spline yang kedua ni. Formula spline kedua untuk cari, gantikan nilai x 1.8, so you akan dapat nilai fx dia berapa. Right? So, saya nak cuba sendiri. Anything kita akan discuss dalam kelas kita during online class nanti. Right? Thank you very much. Okay, tadi saya dah tunjuk bagaimana kita nak develop the spline equation using the step 4 method and general formula, this general formula. Okay, now apa yang saya nak tunjuk using alternative method. Okay, so tadi saya beritahu kita ada 2 method. Sama ada you guna general formula ataupun you guna alternative method untuk step 4. Cuma lakukan salah satu sahaja. Okay, jika you pilih untuk menggunakan alternative method step 4, so you kena ingat, so this is your general formula untuk step 4. So untuk step 4 ni, step 4 alternative, sama je macam yang you buat dalam step 4 yang general formula tu. Cuma dalam case ni, kita kena cari nilai A0, A0, B0, C0, D0 and also D0 using the formula yang ada dalam table ni. Okay, kena cari dulu. Sama je. Just replace the I kalau katalah you calculate when I equal to 0. Tadi sebelum ni saya pakai K kan. So this time ditukar kepada I. So actually sama je. I is data lah. Data initial. I0 maksudnya initial data yang pertama sekali. So when I is 0, okay, you masukkan. When I 0, you akan dapat M1 minus M0 divided by 6 hash 0. So masukkan nilai M1 4 over 5 and then hash 0 is 1. Data yang sama dalam pool table, okay, you akan dapat nilai A0 equal to 8 over 15. And then gantikan bila I equal to 1, dapatkan dia punya value. And then bila I equal to 2, so you dapatkan value dia. Okay, so kat sini. And then calculate for C. Bila I 0, so you calculate C0, C1, C2 sama juga dengan B, B0, B1, B2 and D, D0, D1, D2. So you akan ada semualah data untuk A0, B0, C0. You gunakan alternative formula ini bila I equal to 0. So masukkan A0, B0, C0 value. So dengan formula yang sama, bila I equal to 1, masukkan nilai yang you dah calculate using the alternative formula. So this will be your first spline equation or S0 equation. This will be your second spline equation or S1 equation. Dan yang terakhir ini adalah you punya equation yang ketiga or spline 2 equation. So kalau you go back to you punya method yang you gunakan sebelum ni, the general formula, you akan dapat nilai yang sama actually. Okay, so no worries, you just pilih satu sahaja cara supaya you tak perlu confuse, sebab at the end you akan dapat satu juga jawapan yang sama, right? So apa yang saya nak you buat, okay, give a try. So this is your data. Saya bagi you satu set data. Saya tak bagi dalam bentuk graph. What you can do, you can plot you punya graph. You ada value X, you ada value Y, which is fx. Okay, you plot you punya graph. Dan you boleh gambarkan berapa spline yang you nak develop. Okay, selepas tu kita akan cari nilai fx pada x equal to 7 and x equal to 14. So yang ni saya nak you buat dan saya akan buat satu set quiz online. You kena masukkan nilai fx bila x7 dan juga fx bila x equal to 14 ke dalam jawapan set dalam yang pool yang saya bagi tu lah, ataupun dalam soalan online yang saya akan bagi. Okay, so yang ni saya nak test you punya pemahaman. But generally the step is the same. You ada 4 steps that you need to follow. Step 1, you have to find the value of hash B and D. In the step 2, you kena create or you kena derive the system of linear equation. Dekat situ you have to remember that you kena guna the formula that been given in step 2. Just replace the k value and then in the step 3, bila you dah develop you punya linear equation, you akan guna kaedah metrik yang sesuai untuk menyelesaikan equation tu bagi mendapatkan nilai M. M is the slope. Okay, nilai M yang tidak diketahui. Okay, dalam step 3, you have to remember you punya M0 value or initial slope value must be 0 and your last slope value or Mn must be equal to 0 as well. Okay, and in the step 4, you have to choose either you want to use the general spline formula or you want to use the alternative spline formula to develop or to derive the spline equation for each spline that you have in the graph. Okay, depends how many spline that you have. Okay, daripada 4 step tu, at the end you akan dapat equation for each spline. Okay, selepas siap tu, baru kita akan masukkan nilai X 7 and also X14, okay, to find the Y value according to the correct spline. Okay, so saya nak you cuba dulu. I will give you some times to do this, and then kita akan buat macam online quiz, but actually tak ada jawapan, tak ada markah pun. I just going to use that online quiz as attendance supaya saya nak pastikan everyone participate dalam kelas yang saya buat. Alright, so try this. I'll give you some time. Okay, dan akhir sekali saya akan sharekan jawapannya betul. Alright, so good luck.